Okay, so let's really dive into this. Imagine a world where, your Google search results, they actually matter more than your university degree. And where like potential clients are checking you out online before they even ask for a resume. That's the huge shift we're exploring today, the rise of digital credibility, how online authority is becoming the new resume.
Mhm.
It's really about understanding how this online authority thing is becoming, well, maybe one of the most valuable assets you can have professionally, often misunderstood too. And it feels incredibly timely, right? Because with AI automating more work and, traditional resumes maybe losing some punch in certain fields like creative stuff, freelance, entrepreneurship, your digital reputation isn't just a bonus anymore. It's becoming like your core identity currency. It really is the new baseline for trust.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here, I think, is how people, individuals, sure, but also professionals, entrepreneurs, they're consciously, intentionally building this online authority. And sometimes it's actually pushing aside the traditional credentials altogether. We've seen this happen. For instance, the sources we looked at suggest that particularly Gen Z and millennials, they often trust what they find from a quick Google search or maybe a strong social media presence. They trust that more than a formal degree listed somewhere or a fancy job title on a CV. This isn't just, accidentally having a good online profile. It's often really strategic, something we're calling authority stacking.
Authority stacking. Okay, that sounds powerful. Tell me more about that. What does that actually involve? It's more than just like posting occasionally, right?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, stacking is the key word. It's not just random content. It's about creating this coherent, consistent picture of expertise, like a 360-degree view across different platforms. So think about it. Someone might get featured in an industry publication, then they go on relevant podcasts. They consistently share genuinely valuable insights on LinkedIn. And this is crucial. They use smart SEO, maybe on their own website. So when someone searches for solutions to a problem they solve, they pop up. It's the synergy, you see. We saw one case study, a B2B consultant. By consistently publishing deep analyses of specific industry pain points, they became the #1 search result for key terms related to those problems. And that directly drove inbound leads. Leads that, frankly, a traditional resume just couldn't pull in. It allowed them to build a, well, 6 or even 7-figure career. Their online presence was their business development engine, essentially, not their resume.
Wow. That really drives home how this identity currency actually functions. So your digital self is becoming the benchmark for who you are professionally and what you're worth in the market. But okay, there's always a flip side, isn't there? As this whole landscape shifts, what are the maybe complexities, the dangers even?
That's a really critical point because, yeah, with this rise in importance, we're seeing a huge boom in services designed to, well, engineer online authority. There's this whole growing industry now where reputation management firms, AI tools churning out authority content, even things called credibility as a service.
Hmm.
Basically, companies that specialize in crafting and managing online personas. They're selling perceived expertise for a price. And that's where it gets tricky, right? The danger is, well, it's fake credibility. It's inflated bios. It's that blurred line between genuine expertise and just influence, or even stuff that's totally made up.
And I guess the rise of AI and creating content just throws gasoline on that fire, doesn't it? I mean, it's one thing for a person to carefully build a presence, but another when an algorithm can just generate expert-sounding articles on demand.
Precisely. AI can now produce incredibly convincing authority content
Yeah.
almost instantly, which makes it super difficult for, the average person or even an HR department to tell what's real thought leadership and what's just synthetic.
Sure.
It poses massive questions for the old gatekeepers like schools, HR teams. How do you actually verify expertise now? How do you vet someone's digital resume when parts of it might be AI generated or, professionally manufactured? It demands a whole new level of critical thinking.
So connecting this to the bigger picture then, this isn't just about branding yourself online anymore, is it?
No, it's more fundamental. It's really reshaping how we establish professional trust and how we determine value. In this kind of environment, knowledge itself is maybe most valuable when it's understood, applied, and importantly, critically assessed. Critical thinking becomes paramount.
So wrapping this up, what does all this mean for you listening right now? As your digital reputation increasingly becomes your identity currency, maybe here's a thought to chew on. In a world where AI can spit out convincing authority content faster than ever, what will actually signal genuine expertise and trustworthiness? And maybe more importantly, how will you make sure your own digital footprint reflects real, authentic credibility?